Okay, hello first graders. We're on a new topic today. We're starting topic 7 with lesson 7-1. They're asking us there to count by tens to 120, which we practiced before with some of our movement breaks. We're going to find that on page 395. So if you can please make sure you have your materials out and ready. Lesson 7-1 is where we are. Page 395. And we can see Marta on that page with her workspace. She has her counters grouped in batches of 10 there. And I'm going to go ahead and read the story while you follow along. It says, Alex put counters in some 10 frames. How can you find out how many counters there were or there are without counting each one? Write the number. Okay, so what they are encouraging us to do is to count in groups rather than count by ones, which would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on. Okay, so we know that these are all grouped in bundles of 10 because they told us that they were each 10 frames. And if you look, right, if you think about what we normally see a 10 frame looking like, they're usually laid out from left to right, right? So this is actually just a 10 frame turned on its side. Just another way of thinking about a 10 frame. Okay, so let's go ahead and count by tens to see how many counters we have in all here. You count with me. Here we go. It sounds like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So altogether on this page, we have 100 counters in all. Okay, so let's go ahead then, move ahead and continue with more counting by tens. At the top in those green boxes, it asks, how can you count to 50 by tens? Okay, let's count by tens up to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's one way, and they show us down here. Another way is to think of it like they show us at the top, which is here I have 1 10, 2 10s, 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, which is the same as 50. Okay, and then finally at the very bottom, you can see they counted by tens and they showed that with the number word. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and they wrote the words out. Okay, Daniel says, I can use 10 frames to count by tens. And there he has his 10 frames. Again, they went from side to side to up and down. Okay, the next box says you can also follow the pattern to count by tens. So here we go. We're going to talk about patterns. The first one says 6 tens is 60. 7 tens is 70. I'll trace that. 8 tens is 80. 9 tens is 90. Okay, so let's just look at what we have there. Any patterns that you might notice? Well, I'm noticing that when they tell us how many tens there are, that's the same number that ends up in the tens digit in my group of tens, right? So I have 6 tens and my number is 60, the 6 in my tens place. 7 tens and my number is 70, with the 7 in my tens place. Okay, so that's one pattern I notice. I'm also noticing that each time I count, I increase my amount by 10, which would make sense because I'm counting by tens, right? So if I start with 60, 10 more would give me 70, and 10 more than that would give me 80, and 10 more than that would give me 90. Okay, let's continue with the pattern as we go. 10 tens is 100. 11 tens is 110, and 12 tens is 120. Okay, all right, and then we can use this as points of references later on as we go. So if you are counting by tens and you get to 90 and you get stuck, you can use this as a point of reference to remind yourself, oh yeah, oh yeah, after that is 100, after that is 110, and after that is 120, okay? So if I look at number 1 under guided practice, they're asking us to count by tens, then write the number and the number word. So we need to show it 3 different ways. We're going to show how many tens there are. We're going to show what that number is, and then we're going to write that number as a word. So for number 1, I see 10, 20, 30, 40. So I have 4 tens, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the same as 40 because in each bundle there are 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And then to write that word, I write F-O-R, let's start with 4, and then T-Y at the end, 40. Okay, and again, that's where these charts become really helpful because for each one of the ones you're going to do, you're going to need to write the number word, and they're all referenced here in these top green boxes from 10 to 120. So let's take a look at number 2. Okay, first I need to tell how many tens. I have 1, 2, 3 groups of tens. So I'm going to write 3 tens. Now I have to tell how many 3 tens is. 10, 20, 30. 3 tens is the same as 30. And finally, I need to write the word 30. So if I need a point of reference, I come here to 30, and there's the word 30, right? So I'm going to write that here. T-H-I-R-T-Y, 30. Okay? All right, so that's my guided practice. And you will just continue, same process with numbers 3, 4, and 5. You'll tell how many tens, you'll tell what that number is, and then you'll write the number word. Okay? And then at the very bottom, let's look at number 6 together. Carlos is there, and he says, write the missing numbers. We're working with number sense. This is the story. Jake wrote a pattern. He forgot to write some numbers. What numbers did Jake forget to write? So let's count in order from 10 to 120. 10, 20, 30, 40. Come next? Yeah, 50. Then I have 60. What would come next? 70, right? And then I'm going to let you guys continue those last 2. Okay? All right, and then that is our lesson for today. So pretty straightforward. You have a lot of support in those top green boxes. Again, if you need any of the words written, you can look on those boxes for some references. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. I will be seeing you again very soon. And until then, take care. Okay, bye.